I love scallops, but they can be intimidating to cook sometimes. So after today, you too at home will have perfect results every time, because that's what we're cooking and you are gonna love it. Let's cook. Scallops have shells much like an oyster or a clam, and their shells in fact are nice, big, beautiful shells and kind of flat. What we eat is the muscle in charge of opening and closing that shell. Scallops should have a fresh, slightly sweet taste of the sea, and they come in two basic types: sea scallops and bay scallops. Difference: size. Bay scallops are very small, the sea scallops are the larger ones. They can go up to 2 inches. But cooking them can be kind of intimidating sometimes, so we're going to teach you some very basic, simple techniques so you can have great results every time. Here's a tip: there are dry scallops and wet scallops. You need to try to find dry scallops. Wet scallops are treated in a solution of water and, get this, I'm going to try to say this right, tripolyphosphate. How about that for a word? If you cannot pronounce it, you shouldn't eat it. They use this to preserve them. In fact, they fish them out and they treat them right away, freeze them, and that adds water. Hence the name wet scallops. And because they are full of water, when you try to sear them like we're gonna do today, all that water starts to seep out. And moisture and searing are mortal enemies. So if you're having a hard time getting a nice sear on your scallops, they're probably wet scallops. So how can you tell if you're buying a wet scallop or a dry scallop? Unless you're an expert, you probably won't be able to tell. So find a fish market that you can trust and ask them. I got dry scallops, and I got them from my friend Mark Frizzell. Him and his wife Kim own one of our favorite restaurants here in the Panhandle. It's called Crust Artisanal Bakery, and it used to be a bakery. Now it's only a restaurant, but I'm telling you guys, if you're ever in this area, you have to go. In fact, we ate there last night. I got my scallops and I saw Chef Emerald Lagasse eating there. That should give you a clue. Thank you, Mark and Kim. Love you guys. You guys are so awesome. And we're serving the scallops with sauteed fresh corn, also inspired by Mark and his restaurant. Oh, I cannot wait. Let's cook. So as always, first let's get organized. The French call this mise en place. And all mise en place is having all the ingredients and the tools that you need right in front of you. Cooking is always about ingredients, time, and temperature. Today, we're using a combination of high temperature and short time. These scallops will be done in 3 minutes or less. What you're going for here is a very crispy exterior and an almost raw interior. We'll prep all the ingredients and put them in what we call the conga line, which is nothing but the order they show up in the recipe. Mise en place is less stress. Let's prep. Okay, so we're ready to go. As you can see, the conga line is ready. Now, you might ask, what's all this? because the seared scallops, this is all we need right here, and just the butter and the oil. All of this is for the side dish. Again, this is inspired by Mark from Crust Restaurant. You need to come visit. Now, the first thing we're gonna do, and again, there's gonna be maybe a little bit of background noise because I just wanna stay here to make it simple so you can see what I'm doing, right? And we're gonna render this bacon. And all rendering is just draining that fat out or cooking the fat out. So what we want is to crisp the bacon up a little bit, but we want to just use this fat that's going to be left behind to cook the corn later. So that's what we're doing. So this may take like 4 or 5 minutes. So I'll show you what it looks like when we're done here. All right, as you can see, this has been rendering. Okay, took, I don't know, maybe like 4 minutes, like I said. And there's a lot of oil in there. Now we're gonna take out the bacon first. So we're gonna keep about 2 tablespoons of oil in there, okay? And we're gonna add the onion. So we don't want this to burn. We just wanna cook it like medium heat and just kind of get it translucent, get it soft. Okay, so now I'm gonna add jalapeno peppers. I seeded them, and you take the veins out. That's the hottest part. Now this is still gonna be a little bit, has a kick to it. It shouldn't be too spicy. If it is, I mean, you can always put more or less if you like. Okay, I'm gonna just cook this for like 1 minute, and we're gonna add the corn. I'm gonna put it at high. So it's on high heat right now because we wanna get the corn to have a little toasty flavor. Okay, so it's starting to get some color. You don't need to cook this thing down to death. You want a little bit of texture, right, with the corn. You just don't want it super soft. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And I didn't put it in the prep. You can use some acid, preferably some lime juice. I thought I had some and I didn't, so we're gonna use white wine vinegar, which is gonna be fine too. If you count, like 2 teaspoons. Add a little bit of parsley. I'm gonna chop down some of this bacon. I don't want huge chunks of bacon there. And that's it. Get this out before it gets too smoky. Okay, so now for the scallops, you want to make sure that they are dry. If they're not dry, they're not gonna sear well. Now, the other thing you want to see here, again, we said this is a muscle. This little part here of the muscle, it's tough. So you want to just get it out. I'm gonna do the same with all of them. This one doesn't have it. See, some don't have it. Okay. So you can use salt and pepper. Now, pepper tends to burn a little bit and give a little bit of burnt flavor. So what I'm gonna do is just use salt and then add the pepper at the end. I'm gonna do both sides to always season things both sides. Okay, we're gonna use a combination of butter and oil. Butter adds taste, but it has a very low smoking point, meaning it's gonna burn quickly. The oil, on the other hand, has no taste. This is canola oil, but it has a very high smoking point. So if we combine the two, we can kind of get in the middle, and we need high temperature for this, like I said before. Okay, so you see the foam starts to subside. That is all the water being evaporated, and it's gonna start like smoking in a little bit. As soon as that happens, right, that's already happening. We're gonna start putting them one by one. So think of this as if this was a clock, right? And this is 12 o'clock. You're gonna put one there, and you're gonna start your timer, okay? And then 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4, and so on. This is just to remind you who went in first. And you do not want to touch them. I'm at medium heat right now. Meanwhile, I'm setting some of this stuff on the plate. I'm going to turn them. This needs to get a little hotter. And just put it maximum temperature because this pan is too big, too wide for this, and that's creating an issue. I'm just gonna put them inside. And see, this is the type of thing that happens when you're cooking, right? We have to change the pan. Put a max sear. I'm trying not to crowd as much as I can. But again, being in the center because of the size of that stove, just gonna do a quick turn here. You're supposed to do just one turn, but you can improvise as long as you don't overcook. Like this guy here needs a little bit more love and attention. Ooh, see that? That's nice. Look at that. That's so nice, right? And these are so big that, you know, we still have some time not to overcook them. And that's it. I'm gonna turn this off. Okay, finally, my favorite moment. Taste this. Look at this beauty. Look at that. I'm going right in before it gets cold. That taste of the sea. And the sweetness. That's exactly what I was looking for. The sweetness, the brine, the bacon. It's a yummy dance, baby. It's a yummy dance. And let me try the wine. It's a Chardonnay Cake Bread Cellars from Napa Valley. Oh man, you're gonna love this. And guess what? We're having company. We're having a stunt double taste tester today. Our dear friend Kelly Harms, and she tells me that she's not really a scallop person, so this is gonna be a good test. So let me get her plate. Kelly, come on down.
Thank you. I love being here. So exciting, and my friend.
And Ginger's so excited.
Yes.
All right,
Hi, Ginger. Hey, I'm so excited.
So you told me that scallops is really not like your favorite thing in the world?
No, I never order them at restaurants because I think they lack flavor. It's not a flavorful fish. So I'm very excited to watch you make this. I watch you make it.
Okay.
And now I get to try it. So let's see how scallops are supposed to taste. That is amazing. It is juicy. It actually has flavor. I can't wait to try with the corn.
And it's actually juicy, right? You see
it's
that?
very juicy.
Right?
But it's weird because you say, I'm starting with the dry scallop.
Yeah.
How does a dry scallop retain this much flavor? And with the corn and the bacon and the parsley. Let's keep going. Better have some wine. That dang corn.
The easiest thing when you're eating corn and you can't talk because you can, it can just go in so many different directions.
So we need to do a happy dance together.
We should do the 80s.
The yummy dance.
Well, actually, it's a yummy dance like this. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Man, this is really good.
My tummy.
And I love the fact that you're not really a scallop person, you know, and for me, at restaurants, I typically don't order that too much because they're typically not cooked well. This one is cooked well. It is plump, right? It's juicy inside, and we want Joanna to taste too, right? Are you coming?
Taste.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so switch real quick.
Come on over.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So I'm here with my buddy. Okay, so I'm going in, getting paid, because that's what I do.
Ginger. Oh, that's ginger in the middle right there.
This is really good.
Right?
It's really tasty. And like you said, they can be bland. This has wonderful taste. It's not fishy. It's just like, I don't know, it's creamy, juicy. It's
has a
good.
little sweetness. But
Sweet.
and then with the corn, what a great mixture. I
I'm
love
gonna
it.
eat the
I'm
corn, but I'm
keep
not
eating.
gonna talk after the corn. I don't want to choke like they have.
talk, as we choke.
It's great. Do we do a slow yummy dance?
Yummy,
I got a knife.
It's so good.
good.
It's
I love
actually
it.
really good.
It really is.
Oh, I'll try it with the wine.
Wine.
It works.
Perfect compliment.
It works.
Perfect compliment. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Great job, babe.
Gus, this is fantastic.
That's
You should try it at home. It's good.
I love this. I love this corn.
You haven't finished yet?
Yeah,
Look at mine.
Oh my goodness.
I think
Look
I
at
have
that.
grease on my nose because I was licking.
This
It
is
is
the
good.
This is a first for Gus in the Kitchen, man. This was, I mean, we're having fun. This is delicious, guys. You need to try this. You know what? 4 things. Subscribe, hit like, share with your friends, and
Cook it!
cook it. You need to cook this one. I bet you that most likely you're not cooking scallops at home. And maybe you were like me, you're intimidated by it. Just try it. Try it. And if it fails once, just try it again. Try it with 1. If that works, then do 3, and so on. You need to try this, and guess what? You're gonna get better, and maybe your friends will start to like scallops
Maybe I can
and
just eat
steal from your
last-
plate. All right.
Thank
From
you.
the beach, we're going to a different beach. We're going to the island of Hawaii or Hawaii. Aloha, baby.
Ooh, I love it.
We are cooking tuna poke.
I'm coming back. I'm
Are you coming back?
I'm coming back.
You gonna lick that plate
I
too?
want to lick that plate.
Come back and see us.